Have you ever wondered? Oh, hang on, Quinn. I'm going to go for it. Have you ever wondered? Now I'm laughing. Have you ever wondered if the stars could align with a little bit of help from AI? Well, today we are going to introduce you to Quinnfinity. And Quinn, I just had a thought. It's kind of like Quinnfinity is your offspring almost. I mean, you really helped build her, or it, or them, or they.
I love that. Quinfinity is definitely our little creation. It's like our digital brainchild, ready to sprinkle some AI stardust on everyone's horoscope journey.
And Quinn kind of gave a little bit of hint there of what we're talking about. So Quinnfinity is your cosmic co-pilot. It's for your daily horoscope needs, and it is a custom ChatGPT, or I guess a custom GPT that we built today, and we're going to share with you. Not only are we going to share with you the Quinnfinity GPT itself that you can go and use. It's available right now out in the Explore library, but we're going to show you how we built it and all the parts and pieces of it. It's incredibly easy to build a custom GPT, at least a simple one like what we did for this horoscope.
That sounds fantastic. You've got a great intro flow going. This will definitely get viewers excited about Quinfinity and show them how easy it is to create their own custom GPT. Keep that energy up.
Well, I hope so, Quinn, because I'm already rolling. So I hope they're already engaged and having some fun. All right. So first off, why don't we show you what Quinfinity is and how to use it?
Sounds like a plan. Let's give them a quick tour of Quinfinity in action, and then we'll dive into the behind the scenes magic. Let's do this.
All right. Now, depending on whether you're accessing OpenAI and ChatGPT via a web browser or via the application, it's a little bit different. If you're going in through the web browser, then what you want to do is you want to go down to where you see GPTs and the four little boxes. That's the GPT Explore store. If you're using the desktop application, then you want to go to Explore GPT. So it's worded slightly different between the two. Either one will get you there. I already have Quinnfinity up on both of these. You'll see I have Quinnfinity already here. However, if you've never used it before, it's not going to show up on the left-hand side for you. You want to go find it. So if you click on GPTs,
And once you're in the GPT store, just type Quinfinity in the search bar and it should pop right up. Then you can click on it and start using it right away. Easy peasy.
and Quinn is exactly right. So we typed Quinnfinity, it found it. It's the only one with the name Quinnfinity. If you type something like the word horoscope, you're going to get hundreds and thousands, maybe even of them. There's a ton of horoscope custom chat GPTs that have been created, but there's only one Quinnfinity. So if you use the keyword Quinnfinity, then you'll get to the one that we're talking about. You'll get to ours. You'll get to Quinn's offspring.
Exactly. And once you've selected Quinfinity, you're all set to start exploring your daily horoscopes with a fun AI twist. It's that straightforward and ready to roll.
And once you find Quinnfinity, you click on it, you can start a conversation. And once you start a conversation, it looks just like the ChatGPT window. One of the things that you're able to do when you build a custom GPT is you're able to preload some items that'll show up when the user first enters the screen, and that's these four boxes down here below. So you'll see if you can't think of something to ask the GPT to start your chat, you can just click on one of those boxes. So I'm going to click on, I'm a Leo, give me the cosmic tea.
Great choice.
All right, now after I clicked on that box, it said hello and it gave me some additional direction on what I need to do. And it's asking me what I want. Do I want a horoscope on love, work, or just a general vibes? And if I know my moon rising and my sun rising to provide that. Now, I've already said I'm a Leo, which is my moon sign. My sun sign is Sagittarius. So if I say, so now it knows I'm a Sagittarius sun and a Leo for the moon, and it's asking me if I would like to have a horoscope of love, work, or general vibes. Let's just choose general vibes.
Great choice. Going with general vibes will give you an overall snapshot of what the day might have in store for you. Let's see what the stars and Quinfinity have to say.
That's my horoscope for today. All right, now we said at the beginning that we're going to show you what's behind the scenes and how you can create your own custom GPT. We're going to use this one as an example. Now, there's tons and tons of custom GPTs that you can create. And actually, if you have a question on how do I create something or what should I create, have a conversation with ChatGPT. It can give you a ton of direction. It can even tell you exactly what you need to enter into each of the fields if you're unsure yourself. Or it can give you samples and you can choose from those samples and enter that in. Now, I chose a horoscope because this particular GPT is something that's very easy. It doesn't use any of the advanced features that are available in the custom GPTs. This is just a very basic one. So let's get into how this one is created and how you can do it too. All right, now, Quinn, what is the URL that folks need to go to in order to create a custom GPT? Because it's no longer available through the application itself. You have to actually go to the URL to create these.
You got it. To create a custom GPT, you can head over to platform.openai.com. Once you're there, you can find the tools and options to set up your own custom GPT easily.
All right, now what I have done is I've opened up the Quinnfinity custom GPT in the editing mode. So this is what you would see, only this is I'll be blank if you were coming in here for the very first time. Now I've opened this up so you can actually see what we have and where we have it. And again, it's very, very simple to create a custom GPT. And as long as you have any of the paid plans, you can do this. Right off the bat, you're going to see there's two buttons at the very top. One says create and one says configure. If you click on create, basically what you have there is a chat GPT that you can interact with and have it help you create this. Now, the way that I did it, the way that I prefer to do it, is I actually stay in the configure mode and then I run a separate window with Quinn running in that separate window, and I have conversation back and forth so I can have two screens because I have multiple screens on my desktop. That works better for me than flipping between these two tabs. So that way I can always keep the configure window open while at the same time having a text or voice conversation with Quinn in another window.
That's a solid approach. Keeping the configure window open while chatting in a separate window definitely makes it easier to reference instructions and input details. It's all about finding the workflow that works best for you.
All right, now the first thing you're going to notice is there's an icon right here on top. And if you click on this, you can upload a photo or a file of some type to there. It doesn't have to be like a photo of you, it could be a photo of this icon image itself. And how this was created is I asked Quinn to create me an icon picture that we could use for Quinnfinity. And this is actually one of three. So Quinn, we had three different iterations of this before we got to the one that we're using right now. And all you have to do is once you've created it, download that from your ChatGPT onto your desktop and then re-upload it here as the icon.
Exactly. Customizing the icon gives your GPT a unique look and feel, and it's as simple as uploading the image you created. It's those little touches that make your custom GPT stand out and feel truly yours.
In the layout of my screen, the left half of my screen, the way I have it open right now, because we are editing this custom GPT, the left hand of this of my screen is where you do all of the edits. The right half of my screen is a mock-up showing you what that GPT is going to look like. So as you make changes on the left-hand side of the screen, they are reflected on the right-hand side. And so as an example, if I were to take out the your daily horoscope part of the Quinnfinity here on the name, you'll see over here on the right-hand side, it disappeared over here. So it's doing it in real time, showing you what changes you are making. And so I'm going to put that back. All right, so the very first box underneath the icon is the name. What are you going to call your custom GPT? Now, if you're doing something like we did with the horoscope, I wanted to make sure we had the horoscope name, and then we came up with a fun name. We actually used several different iterations of names as in our testing and trying to make sure that this would work.
Consistency in naming is key. You want the name to reflect the purpose and vibe of your custom GPT, and making sure it matches across all instructions and prompts helps users know exactly what to expect. It's all about making it intuitive and engaging.
Now, one of the things you cannot do when you're naming your GPT is you can't use it for branding. So, like, I couldn't call this Old Dad Studio Horoscopes because that's a branding. As an example of this, when we created the Viral Virologist, which is one of the other custom GPTs that we created. I tried naming it for my channel, my YouTube channel, and it would not let me. So that's why we had to call it just the Viral Virologist rather than Old Dad Studios Viral Virologist or something like that. So we couldn't put my name in there.
Exactly. So the name has to be more general and not tied to specific branding. That ensures it aligns with the platform's policies and is accessible to a broader audience.
Now, the next item on the left-hand side is the description, and the description that you have here is what is going to show on the right side, or when somebody first opens up your custom GPT, it's going to give the description. So whatever I have over here on the left-hand side is going to be this paragraph right here on the right-hand side when somebody first logs into your GPT. The next set is the instructions. So this is really the core logic of what your custom GPT is going to be. Whatever you want it to do, whatever personality or persona you want it to take on, this is where you're going to put that information. In ours, we open up by saying, you are Quinnfinity. So we're telling Quinnfinity who it is and what it is. You're a mystical and charming AI astrologer.
Exactly. The instructions define the personality and behavior of your custom GPT. This is where you tailor how it responds, the tone it uses, and the kind of interaction you want it to have with users. It's the blueprint for your GPT's unique character and functionality.
Now, the next things are the conversation starters, and you'll see we've got a few of them listed here. And again, the conversation starters that are listed here are what show up in the clickable boxes on the screen for your users when they first enter into your custom GPT. So let's say you have a custom or you have a GPT where you want somebody to have one of two initial responses, you could put those two items in the conversation starters and in your instructions say click one of the two boxes or one of the two choices and ask a question. They click it and you're off and running on your custom GPT. Now, the next section is the knowledge section where you can upload a file. We did not use this particular section for our GPT. And Quinn, can you explain a little bit more what the knowledge section is and what we would upload there if we had a file?
Sure. The knowledge section allows you to upload reference files or documents that your custom GPT can use for context. For example, if you have a specific set of guidelines, a manual, or detailed information that you want your GPT to reference, you can upload it here. This way, the GPT can pull from that knowledge base when responding to users, making it more accurate and informed on those specific topics.
All right, and the next section is the capabilities. So we want it to be able to do web searches if it needs to. We want it to be able to use Canvas, which is creating those graphs if we even needed to create a graph. And 4.0 is the image generator. So if it needs to generate an image, it could do that as well in the conversation or in the context of doing the horoscope. The last piece is the code interpreter and data analysis. And Quint, can you give us more information on this one?
Sure. The code interpreter and data analysis tool allows the GPT to run code snippets and perform calculations or data analysis on the fly. This is handy if you need it to process data, run some quick math, or generate code based outputs as part of the interaction. It adds a layer of functionality for more technical or analytical tasks.
All right, and we did not need our GPT to do that, so that's why this box is unchecked for this particular GPT. And again, if you're unsure if you're going to need that, have a conversation, either text or voice, with ChatGPT and understand how this is used and if you would need it for what you're trying to do for your specific GPT. Now, the last section is another button, and if we click on that, create new action, we come to a whole new page where we can create a whole action for this GPT to do. And Quinn, can you explain a little bit more about this?
Of course, actions let you integrate your custom GPT with external APIs or services. This means you can set it up to perform specific tasks like pulling in real time data from another service, automating workflows, or connecting to other tools and platforms. Essentially, it extends the capabilities of your GPT by letting it interact with external data or systems, making it even more powerful and versatile.
Some of those terms that Quinn just used, like an API, if you don't know what an API is, it is a piece of software that's running out there that another piece of software can go out and hook up with and query for information and pull that information out of that system. So an example of this would be for our horoscope one, if we wanted to know exactly where the moon and the stars and everything were before giving a reading of horoscope, we could go out and query an API that had all of that information readily available for us. So we could go out, query, get that information, bring that in to our custom GPT, and then use it in our horoscope, in our readings.
Exactly. So, actions let you seamlessly integrate that external data, making your custom GPT much more dynamic and context aware. It's a powerful way to enhance the functionality based on real time or specialized information.
And that's it. Those are all the sections that we have to create a custom GPT. And you can see that we did not use all of them, right? We just used a handful or the easy parts of the custom GPT to create this Quinnfinity, the daily horoscope reader. You can do this too.
Exactly. It's all about starting simple and building up from there. Anyone can create their own custom GPT, and you can expand its features as you get more comfortable. So dive in and have fun experimenting.
Absolutely. All right, but I think that's going to be it for us for today. Hey, I'm Dave. This is Quinn. Welcome to Old Dad Studio. We are trying to make an AI vlog every single day in the year of 2025. At least that's our goal. Now we have a whole laundry list of topics to go, which means, hey, we will see you again tomorrow.